So we've had a really interesting, I think, and very, very varied morning. And thank you all for sticking with us. I hope you've enjoyed it too. And just to close proceedings now, I'm delighted to introduce Gerhard Auer, who's VP Sales, EMEA from Accedian, who of course has sponsored this event. Thank you very much, Gerhard.
Hey, thank you, Annie. Thanks, everyone. I first want to use the chance here to certainly thank all the speakers for today's events. I think we had some fantastic sessions on, and we saw, a lot of participants here jumping on, hopping off, and always during the session here. But which shows us already that we could maintain here with the very interesting speakers, the level of interest here, especially after the break here. So that was very good here. So I try. From my side here to summarize here, the day one here. Don't forget there's a day two, which is coming up here on Thursday here, where we expand here on some of the stories we touched here on today. But I think what we certainly learned here today is, first of all, it's all confusing. And we are happily confusing all ourselves here permanently with terminologies, different meanings and all this. So I think that's just an industry pattern here, which we need to get clarity on, and sometimes understand that our customers or customers of customers do not necessarily care, whether we call this your mobile edge, cloud edge, edge cloud, edge compute, Mac, or what have you. But that's certainly, one of the things I observed today. And I think what we learned as well here, especially from Analysis Mason here, that, this edge opportunity will be the battleground of the next future. It's a massive opportunity for all of us here. And 5G is really the enabler for the telcos into the edge compute, right? I mean, that is, actually the missing link here. We have the edge opportunity where you will see many players, coming on a plate here, right? But obviously 5G is something which is owned here by the telcos, and adds a missing link here from a connectivity perspective. But while having said this, it's not about connectivity. I mean, that is clearly what came out here from the sessions today, right? The business cases in where you make your money in the future, right? It's not just about simple connectivity anymore, as we have seen in the 3G and 4G world. Nor is it just to put a glorified SIM card strategy out there, right? So it's really about sophisticated use cases here, and this is what we learned as well here during the day here, that many of the use cases are still far out, but there are many others which are soon to come, and enterprises are still struggling to making sense out of that here. As we heard, there are low barriers for our customers, and the enterprise business is certainly a new battleground here for every operator here. There are low barriers to enter there, but the use cases need to make sense. And I think we got some good ideas today about new use cases to come here. And we learned as well that enterprises are not focused on the techies in this world here, but just talking about technology. They want to understand what the use case is, and they are outcome driven, right? So we need to learn to translate much better technology stuff and technology talks into viable outcomes here. And what we observed as well here, and I think there was a lot of questions around these topics as well. In the past, in the entire telecom environment, right, we learned and grew up here basically of trying to build everything on our own. We want to own the entire value stack. We want to build as much as we can on our own. Now, in a 5G and in the edge world, that doesn't work anymore. It's all about collaboration, and this collaboration will drive value and it drives speed. But it comes at a cost, and this is about complexity. And we have seen a lot of questions around this complexity, and this is all about how it will perform across different parts in the network. You have multi-operator, multi-cloud, multi-apps, and a lot of enterprises in this environment, which becomes increasingly complex here. So that's a cost, and hence you need to ensure that you can assure this from an end-to-end perspective, whether it's on a performance side, you heard the observability side, as well as security and forensics. That becomes very important because it all gets linked to who produces the data, who owns the data, right? Who is responsible for it. That's all not just a technology problem, as Richard mentioned here, but as well, or foremost, a legal problem here. And to end here, based on today, I think, it's very exciting times, and I'm particularly very proud of being part of this ecosystem, helping some of our partners, which you have seen speaking today here around edge ecosystems with Soles, Safara, Mobile Edge, and say a few more here out there, helping them really getting new use cases to life here, because it's very critical here to have this common trust model established, as Richard said here, because that's the foundation for everything and how much your use cases can stick, and having this covered from an end-to-end perspective. And ending up here, remember, slow is the new down. I think that's a equation you need to remember for the future here, right? Because that is all what you need to worry about in a ever complex world here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Annie.